For your sweetheart or your sweet friends, these are perfect for sharing and fun to make. Valentine's Day sugar cookies. Stick around. I'll show you how they're made. Here's one delicious cookie recipe that with a few tweaks, you can make many different looking cookies out of it. I know you'll love this sugar cookie recipe as much as I do. The number of cookies that this recipe makes depends on the size of the cookie cutter you use. I'm using about a 3.5-inch size cookie cutter, and I got about 18 cookies out of the recipe. To get started, you'll need to get the butter and the eggs out to room temperature, which takes about 30 minutes. While you're doing this, measure out the rest of your ingredients to get them ready. In a medium-sized bowl, whisk together the flour, baking powder, and salt, and then set this aside. In a larger bowl, beat together the butter and the sugar on high speed for about 3 minutes. Add in the egg. I like to break up the egg a little, helps in the mixing. Next, add in the vanilla and the almond extracts. The almond extract is optional, but it makes the flavor outstanding. You can certainly use whatever flavor you like. Mix on high speed until the egg is fully incorporated for about a minute. Scrape down the sides of the bowl and mix again for a bit just to mix everything together. Add in the dry ingredients all at once and mix on low speed until combined. The dough will be very soft and somewhat sticky. Divide the dough into 3 equal parts. I recommend using a glass, ceramic, or metal bowl for the coloring of the dough. Plastic bowls may hold a stain. Using food gel color, I use pink and red. Liquid food coloring won't have the same impact on the color of the finished cookie. Start with the lighter color and work up to the darker color, so you don't have to wash the tools used to do any of the mixing. Add in more gel color than you think, as the color tends to fade while it's baking. I'm using a stiff spatula, but a metal spoon would work just as fine. Place each portion of the dough onto a piece of lightly floured parchment paper or silicone mat. Sprinkle a little flour over the top and flour the rolling pin. Roll out to 1/4 inch thick. Lightly brush off the excess flour And repeat this with the other dough. And then place each sheet of cookie dough over the top of the other, and then place this on a cookie sheet. Put all of the dough in the fridge for a minimum of 10 minutes, but no longer than 15 minutes. You want the dough to stiffen up just for the cookie cutting. Set up a separate cookie sheet with either parchment paper or a silicone mat. Cutting out the cookies, keep a little extra flour to run the cookie cutter through. This helps from the cookie cutter from sticking. Cut out the smaller hearts inside the larger hearts. Using a thin spatula, lift up gently the cookie dough and place on the prepared cookie sheet. Fit in the smaller cutouts into the openings as best you can. Place the cookies back in the fridge for at least 1 hour. With the scraps, you can mush them together and create a marble cookie. Try not to overmix them, as the red will end up spreading and you'll lose your marbling. Place these on a separate piece of parchment paper and lay them over the top of the other cookies in the fridge. Before the hour is up, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 177 degrees Celsius. If you want to sprinkle any sanding sugar on the cookies, do this before you bake them. Bake the cookies for 11 to 12 minutes or until lightly brown around the edges. Let them cool on the cookie sheet for about 5 minutes before moving them to a cooling rack, and let them cool completely. I added a little luster dust to some of the cookies just to give them a slight shimmer of gold. These can be kept in a sealed container at room temperature for up to 5 days. You can also use that sealed container and keep them in the fridge for up to 10 days. If you make these, please leave me a comment below. Let me know how they turned out. Thanks again for watching, and I hope you enjoy these. I love the flavor. It was so good.